Hi dear learners, welcome to this new topic, single line diagram, or you can also call it as one line diagram. And in this section we will learn the benefits of SLD. Single line diagram means why do we develop SLDs in electrical system. Then we will discuss the essential steps to be taken to create SLDs in proper and professional way. Then finally we will see how to draw a single line diagram in AutoCAD. Now let's begin with benefits of single line diagram. As we have discussed earlier that single line diagram is a symbolic representation of our electrical system in which all the electrical devices, equipments, or you can say all the electrical elements shown by their standard schematic symbols instead of their physical shape and size. Clear? And according to Thomas Domitrovich, who is an electrical engineer within Eaton Company, he says that an SLD is a primary resource to calculate short circuit currents, determine selective coordination, and ultimately calculate incident energy. So short circuit is nothing but a fault which produces a large amount of current in the electrical system. And the short circuit may lead to some most serious hazards. So I can say that reliability and accuracy of the electrical system depends on the accurate knowledge of the short circuit fault currents that can be flow in our electrical system during abnormal condition. Abnormal condition may be your short circuit current or overload condition. And the short circuit currents can be calculated with the help of the single line diagram. Clear? Hope this point is clear for you. So in short, I can say that single line diagram ensures the reliability and accuracy of any electrical system. Clear? So after this, coming for the steps that should be taken in developing SLDs. So these are the some steps. So let's discuss one by one. Specify the point of supply. POS, point of supply. First, specify the power supply lines, means at what level of voltage is supplying to the electrical system. Okay. So after that, distribute all the electrical elements according to their position in the electrical system. And remember, these elements should be in the symbolic representation instead of their physical shape. Okay, about this we have talked in legend section. Okay, now third point is describe the ratings of electrical equipments, means list all the basic and standard information for the equipments such as ampacity. Ampacity means current carrying capacity of the equipment, then length of the cable, type of the cable, and insulation type, fault current, withhold capacity, voltage drop, transformer and generator ratings. So like this, okay, describe all the ratings. So these are the three basic steps that should be remembered while drawing SLD in AutoCAD. First is to specify the POS, point of supply, then distribute all the electrical equipments and elements in the system. And finally, describe the ratings of the equipments with all the important and standard information. Okay, so next we'll see how to draw SLD. Thank you. Hi dear learners, welcome again. In the last lecture we have discussed some basics about electrical SLDs, and in this lecture we will see how to draw SLD in AutoCAD. But before moving to the drawing part, first let me explain to you what informations are required from the electrical designing part to draw SLD. First is point of supply. Firstly, we should have knowledge of supplying voltage level to the system, means at what level of the voltage we are supplying the power to this system. Then cable ratings, means what type of cable, what type of insulation, conductor type, what type of conductor type we are using, what is the length of the cable, how many number of runs we have in this line. So like this we require cable ratings. Then circuit breaker ratings. So type of the circuit breaker, size of the circuit breaker, and the tripping time we should have given. Then transformer ratings and DG ratings. So size of the transformer and DG, what type of the transformer and DG we are having, and some other specification we should also been given by the electrical designer. Then bus bar ratings. So dimension of the bus bar, size of the bus bar means the current carrying capacity of the bus bar. Okay. Then load information. So load information means what type of load we have, means nature of the load, what type of load we are having in this electrical system. Then we have motors information. So the size of the motor, distance of the motor from motor control panel. So like this we should have motor information. Then power factor panel. So the size of the power factor panel means how much reactive power is required for the system. Okay. Then measuring devices. Measuring devices means current transformer, potential transformers, and other measuring devices also. We have given what type of measuring devices we are using. Then voltage drop calculation and short circuit calculation. So these are the most important calculations that are required for every electrical system. Okay. So these are the some basic information that are required to develop a single line diagram. But all these calculations are the part of the electrical designing, not of the drafting. That's why we are not discussing these topics here. But if you want to learn about electrical designing, so you can join our electrical designing course. Okay. So thank you. Hi. Now I am coming in this class with AutoCAD drawing, and here I will explain you this SLD, how this is created. So first come to this legend section, and in this section you can see we have shown some of the symbols, and all these symbols are using in this single line diagram, and this legend section is used to what these symbols are representing in the drawing. Clear? So come to this pause line, point of supply, and this is the main three-phase line from where electricity company supplies power to us. And in my case this is 11 kV line, where these three lines, these three different colors lines are representing three phases, RYB phases. But if you want to use or represent all these three phases simply by a single line, so you can also go with that, no problem. Clear? Now after that come to this part. This is the cable. Actually this is HT cables. HT cable means high tension cable where operating voltage is 11 kV, and this cable is connected from point of supply to this end. This is connected to the primary side of the transformer, and in between the point of supply and the transformer we have connected one circuit breaker. See here, this is the circuit breaker symbol. As you can see, this cable is feeding our complete electrical system. That's why this is named as HT feeder, and all these informations are with respect to this cable, or you can say with respect to this feeder. This cable is of 1 run 3 core of 240 square mm. Then this AL representing the conductor material. AL means aluminium conductor is using in this cable, and this XLPE describes the type of insulation for this cable. Okay, so this is the XLPE cable. Okay, so this is the way of representing cable information. 1 run 3 core of 240 square mm aluminium conductor XLPE type cable. Okay, so after this VD, we have VD. VD is the voltage drop for this cable from this point to this point, and this voltage drop is calculated as 0.0034% for the cable length of 40 meter. From this point to this point, this cable is of 40 meter length, and the voltage drop is calculated as 0.0034%. Okay. Again we have the circuit breaker, and this circuit breaker is a high voltage circuit breaker. Now note one important point here. If you are working on low voltage system, then up to this point, primary side of the transformer, You are not need to calculate the cable size or any other equipment, because electricity board or electricity company will provide you everything up to this point. Okay, which is the primary side of the transformer. Fine. Now after this we have transformer, and this transformer is a distribution step down transformer, which will step down the voltage level of 11 kV at the primary side of transformer up to 415 volts at the secondary side of the transformer. Means we are supplying power at 11 kV at this primary side and receiving power from this side at the voltage level of 415 volts. Okay, power level will be same, but the voltage and the current level will be different from with respect to each side. Okay, and we have calculated the size of transformer in the designing part as 630 kVA. Okay, then the impedance value of the transformer is 5%. Is it clear? So next we have the cable, which is connecting this bus bar to this transformer, and this cable is LT cable. LT means low tension cable, where operating voltage is about 415 volts. If I am talking with respect to India, okay, if I am talking with respect to India, then the voltage level is 415 volts of this low voltage system. But if you are working in America or any other developed country, so there will be the voltage level about 230 volts. Okay, then these LT cables carries high current. Okay, high current passes through these cables, and you will experience and you will see this point here. See this information. This cable, to which I am calling feeder 1, is 5 runs 3.5 core of 300 square mm aluminium conductor XLPE type insulation. Okay, 5 runs mean we require 5 cables of same size to feed the total load, or in other words, to carry the power from here to here, we require 5 cables of 3.5 cores of 300 square mm. Clear? Then 3.5 cores, it means that we have required 4 conductors in a cable, where 3 conductors are used for 3 phases RYB of 300 square mm size. Okay, whereas 4th conductor is for neutral, and the size of this conductor is 0.5 times of the 300 square mm, which is 150 square mm. Clear? So this is the cable information for feeder 1. After this we have circuit breaker. This is the main circuit breaker which is used to protect this complete electrical system. This is air blast circuit breaker with current carrying capacity of 1500 amperes, and the tripping time is set as 1 second. Tripping time of 1 second means if there is a fault occur somewhere in a line, then this circuit breaker will trip the system or will stop the power supply from the transformer after 1 second as the fault occurs. Okay, is it clear? Next, coming for the CT. One more point I have left over here about this. These are the indicating lamps. Simply, these are the indicating lamps which are showing R, Y, B phases. Okay. Then come to CT. What about this CT? CT stands for current transformers, and they are used to measure the heavy amount of current flowing through the cable. Okay, this CT will measure the current amount of current which is passing through this line. You can see in this image, this is the CT in circular shape, and we are calculating the current of this cable which is passing through it, and this is the information about this CT. This current transformer is stepping down the current value up to 5 amperes at the secondary side with the burden value of 5 volt amperes. Okay, hope till now it is clear for you. So till now we have completed up to this point. Next we are coming for this main distribution bus bar, As this is the main distribution bus bar, therefore the total amount of power which is required for this complete electrical system, that power is supplying to this bus bar. Then this bus bar is distributing the power at different levels as per the requirement. Clear? As you can see, we are discussing the SLD for 6th floor residential building. So the power is distributing for ground floor, for first floor, second floor, third, fourth and for 5th floor. And along with this, power is also distributing to this SMDB, and this SMDB feeding the load of building common area and the heavy motors of the building. And by common area, I mean the corridor area, parking area, staircase or any other area of the building you can also include in this common area. Okay. And this is the cable information as per the connected common area load. This is the voltage drop and cable length. And this is the MCB of 40 amperes. Now come to this part. This SMDB also distributing the power to these heavy motors through this cable, feeder number 10 of this size, one run 3.5 cores of 16 square mm. Conductor material is aluminium and the XLPE type insulation is used. Again, the voltage drop is 0.63% for this cable of 10 meter length. Then this MCCB is connected in between to protect this part of the complete system, and the size of this MCCB is of 80 amperes with the tripping time of 0.1 second. Okay. Next come to the MCC panel. MCC means motor control center panel. Basically, this is used to control all the electrical motors centrally. Let's suppose in this building there are 3 motors. These 3 motors are installed, one for water pump and these 2 for lifts. But other than these 3 motors, there may be some other motors also, like firefighting pump or jockey pump. So there may be any number of motors, and in actual these 2 motors may be installed in one part of the building, and this motor definitely installed in some other part of the building. But my task is to control all the motors from one location. That's why we are using MCC panel. Clear? Again, we have the cable and the circuit breaker ratings as per their connected loads. So next to this part, now we will see APFC panel, automatic power factor correction panel. Generally, this power factor correction panel is used to improve the power factor of the system. Here we have highly inductive load of motors, so to overcome the low power factor we are using external APFC panel of 11.5 kVAR value. Is it fine? So now after explaining this part, next I am coming back to this part. See here, this cable is supplying power from bus bar to this SMDB. Then this is the ATS, automatic transfer switch. This device is used when we require continuous supply. Let's understand the purpose of this device in this SLD. This is the output of ATS which is connected to this SMDB, and these 2 are the input terminals. This input point is connected to the bus bar and this point is connected to DG supply. When we have the grid power on, then grid power will supply to the load, and this part of the switch will be in this position. This output will be connected to the grid input terminal, so power will flow in this way. But if the grid power fails, so in that case this part will move to this input point and will supply the DG power to this SMDB, and this moving part will remain in this position until the grid power comes back. And as the grid power comes back, then it will move to its initial position. Okay, so this is the ATS, automatic power transfer switch. But instead of automatic, you may also use manual transfer switch, but in that case you have to move this by manually every time. Hi dear learners, in the last lecture we have discussed this part. Now coming to floor SMDBs. So the SLD of this building that we are discussing over here has ground plus 5 floors. and at each floor we have 5 flats, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And one more thing is that all these floors are considering exactly same with respect to each other. Therefore, I have only drawn for this ground floor and copy and pasted for others. Copied here and pasted here. Paste here, here, here and here. So in this part, everything is same for all the floors except the short circuit current and voltage drop values. So about the short circuit current we will discuss later. Okay. And as I told you, all these floors are same. So I will explain just for ground floor and rest will be the same. Okay. But before that, come to here. Let's suppose the main distribution board is installed in the parking area, or you can say installed in a basement of a building. Then this SMDB is installed at ground floor. So the cable connecting the main distribution board to this SMDB is considered as 20 meters of length. And the size of the cable is 1 run 3.5 course of 95 square mm aluminium XLPE cable. Similarly, this SMDB is installed at first floor. Then the cable length from main distribution board to this SMDB will be more than the length of the cable for ground floor. Okay, and this is considered as 24 meter. Similarly for second floor, third floor, fourth and fifth floor. Now after that, come to this SMDB, and this SMDB is supplying electrical power to the 5 number of flats at ground floor, and the total connected load for flat number 1 is 30 kilowatt. For flat number 2, total connected load is 21.83 kilowatt. For flat 3, 11.7 kilowatt. Then flat 4, 22.31 kilowatt. Then 18.61 kilowatt. So these are the total connected load for different flats. Okay. Now after all, come to this dB of flat number 1 and see how this connected load, total connected load of 30 kilowatt is distributed in this flat. Now here we have shown R1, Y1, B1. Like this we have different alphabets, and I am asking here what these alphabets are representing. So these are representing the circuits, different circuits. As we know that we are feeding the 30 kilowatt of load with 3 phases of electrical power. Therefore, we have to balance the load on all the 3 phases. And about this load balancing concept, or sometimes it is also known as load scheduling concept. So about this concept you can learn in our electrical designing course. Now I am opening the load balancing sheet. So here you can see how the total connected load of 30 kilowatt is distributed. Now first circuit R1 is connected to the load of living room, master bedroom and the bathroom of master bedroom. And the load on this R1 circuit is 774 watts. Clear? But in SLD we are only showing that this R1 circuit is feeding the load of living room, master bedroom and the bathroom. But the connected load on this circuit is not shown over here. So to know more about this circuit, open the load balancing sheet and here you will see the detail of the circuits, complete detail of the circuit. Okay. Similarly we have Y1, B1, R2, R3 and so on. All these circuits are feeding their connected load. Okay. So this is the way to represent the distribution of electrical power, and in this way we distribute how electrical power is transferring from point of supply to my bedroom if I am talking with respect to residential building. Okay. Now after all we are left with two more points. One is short circuit current and other one is earthing. So come to short circuit. Short circuit current flows in the electrical system when fault occurs. It may be your line to ground fault, line to line fault or triple line. It may be any fault. And this short circuit current is the excessive amount of current which flows in the system and it can damage your equipment. It is a large amount of current and often it flows in terms of kiloamperes. okay, which is a very danger limit of current. So while designing the cable size, every professional or expert design engineer calculates the maximum limit of short circuit current that can be withstood by the selected cable. Okay, so the design engineer will give you this short circuit current value. Okay, let me open this file. See here, this is the complete calculation with respect to the cable. This is the proposed size cable for each feeder. This is the voltage drop calculation, and here is the short circuit calculation with respect to their cables. And finally, here is the tripping time of the circuit breakers. Okay, so I made all these calculations for one of my projects, 30 flats building, residential building. So in similar way, you will also be provided with these calculations, and simply you have to mention all these calculations in the SLD as we have mentioned here with all the cables. Okay, next we have earthing. Generally, earthing system is used to protect the electrical system and human lives, and all the informations with respect to the earthing, such as number of earthing pits, type of earthing, size of the earthing conductor, means complete information will be provided by electrical design engineer. Let's see. Here we have earthing calculations, and this is the size of the earthing conductor that I have calculated the conductor size for each feeder in the system. This information will also be shared with you, and you have to mention these informations in your SLD simply. Okay, now you can see here we have the earthing conductor size mentioned. Clear? So that's all about single line diagram, where we have discussed how electrical power distributes in any electrical system. Clear? Hope it is clear for you. But if you have any doubt or any query with respect to our concept, you can write me. So thanks for watching.